The U.S. free market economy is the envy of the world. One of the driving factors of its success is the fact that decisions about how capital is allocated are decentralized. The critical decisions about who gets capital, what they do with it, and what rates of return can be achieved are made in thousands of local communities throughout America by local bankers and business owners who know the needs of their communities. But since the passage of Dodd-Frank, the number of community banks has dropped from 7,500 to less than 6,000. And the big banks are getting bigger. About half of all bank assets are now concentrated in the 5 largest banks. It's becoming very clear that Dodd-Frank wasn't really about Wall Street at all. It's about a few economic elitists in Washington, D.C. who think they can allocate our nation's capital better than the collective decisions of millions of Americans. Some members of Congress want to pull economic power back from local community leaders and concentrate it into a handful of large institutions that they can regulate and control. Through Dodd-Frank, Congress has begun the process of consolidating economic power inside the Beltway in Washington, D.C. It's imperative that Americans realize that Dodd-Frank is a political tool meant to shift economic power away from their local community and concentrate it in Washington, D.C. Ironically, the economic crisis was started by policies in Washington, D.C., not the leaders in our local communities. Our fight to preserve community banking is a fight for the survival of the U.S. free market economy and a fight against Washington, D.C.'s continued power grab. Together, we can defeat members of Congress who are using the crisis to expand their power. We can elect candidates that will preserve our free market economy and the role of traditional banking. Go to our website to see who you can help.